Hey everyone. Okay, I'm live now. Thanks for joining. Yeah. How everybody doing? Is everybody safe and sound? Good, wherever you are. Hi. I'm currently still in Moscow under quarantine or self-isolation or whatever you call it. Yeah, and I think we're going to be here, a little bit longer, but till the 31st of May or something like that. So how's your things on your side? It's actually good. I have a few, few projects of my own, so I can do that and actually talk to you in live. So let me know how you're doing and whenever you are. So let me pull the screen what we're going to talk to you about today. Yeah. And let me switch off the commenting. How do you switch off comments? Turn off commenting. Yeah. It's not that I don't want to talk to you guys, but it's more like last time when we do a live presentation, live critique of photos, I see the comments is just blocking some of you the views. So I wanted to be, more clearly to actually that you see for you to see the slides more clearly. So that's why I switch off the comments. But if you want to, if you have a question after my presentation, after my live, just DM me or just ask the question, at the end of the presentation, at the end of the live video. So today we're going to talk. I'm going to talk to you about the 5 things not to do with your drone videos or films. When I'm actually talking about the drone video and films, I'm talking about the general, the things that you are not just slap together and put in for the Instagram or stuff or social media. It's more like for production that you put some effort to, but still have a few issues here and there, and maybe you didn't even realize that that's some issues, or you just want to improve. You want to improve the quality of your an actual video or a film. And these 5 things, they're very common. They're very easy to correct. And in that way, I will go into give you a problem, what's going on and what's the issue with the particular 5 things, and then present you a solution how to actually correct it in a way that easy to correct them, or give you an option to do something different than those particular issue. But again, we're talking about not just 15 seconds drone video for Instagram. It's more like a feature video, feature film, not feature, sorry, short film or short drone video that you are actually have an effort to put in your portfolio or something like that. So my first slide. So let's start and talk about the 5 things not to do in your drone videos or films. So my first slide will be this one. Okay, don't follow trends. So what I mean by that, is it trends bad? No, of course not. They're great. Everybody's following them. But if you're talking about the whole things, actually, the whole life, the whole 5 things not to do with the drone video was an idea of creating the video that we're trying to create as cinematic, as film-like videos. I mean, I hope at least that's your goal. That's definitely my goal. So in that instance, we want to be as original as possible. And the trends are good. They are, everybody's following them and they are good. Some bad, some good, but still they're, like trends. But to follow them means that you're losing some of your, some of originality that you have in your work. Some of that might bring your work to the next level to differentiate you from another creators. So following trends to the exact extent, like completely, taking the trends and put them exactly like 100%, that's not a good idea in my opinion. bend the trends, transfer the trend to something else, yes. Starting with the trends and then make it's something different, yes. But following the trend actually is not the best idea, in my opinion, again, because you're losing your originality. So let's talk about what the trend is. What could be a trend? I give you a few examples and then tell you, but you probably already know, some trends in the drone videos. But let's say, just for sakes of an example, after DJI introduced a great Mavic Zoom 2, everybody following the trends of this one. So you probably see it a million times. This is called dolly, a dolly zoom effect. So everybody is jumping to the wagon and trying to replicate that, trying to do it in every single video. So that's, it's kind of looking great, but actually dolly zoom effect was created from a necessity to bring a specific meaning to the actual scenes. There's to actually bring the specific message to our viewers. So put them to actually create it in every single scene whenever you want it or not, just because you have a zoom. This is not a best solution. This is not the best trend, and you probably see it in many videos. Sometimes it's actually great, when you're using one time or maybe like 2 times, and it's meaningful and impactful to the music. But usually it's just because you have a zoom and you want to have this dolly effect, and wow, everybody's because it's a trend and everybody's doing. But again, I think that's not the best idea to include it and everywhere or follow that trend. It's actually becoming annoying, I think, at the times. Another example, non-linear speed, non-linear retimes, or what they call them, speed ramping. Again, this is common trend that everybody's doing, especially in YouTube world. And again, sometimes it's necessary, sometimes you can use it. I don't say don't use it at all. No. What I'm saying is that you can use it, but to some degree, to some extent. And for example, to use everywhere just because you want to do that, because you know how to do, how to put the points, keyframe animation and do those ramping, and you just learn it on YouTube again. And everybody's in YouTubers world, travel vloggers or whenever they use it. I have to use that as well. This is not a meaningful way to actually use them. Use the trends, but in a meaningful way, or that you are actually presenting your idea to the viewers, that it's not just because I want to zoom here, I want to zoom here, I want to zoom here, and stuff like that. So actually, this is another example of what the trends could be, a kind of I would say dangerous to your personality of your film if you follow them too much. Another example of a trend is that everybody's using the same LUT, and they're slapping it everywhere to the whole film, to the whole clip, because everybody's get the same downloaded those very famous LUT, or everybody using them, or it's for free or something like that. So again, don't follow these trends, because not every LUT is good for your particular movie. And actually, I will be talking in the next presentation that actually LUT is not the best way to color grade your footage at all. So technically, guys, I will be talking next week about that. But again, a trend to use the kind of famous, everybody's like, let's say, tilt and blue and tilt shift, blue and tilt LUT or something. So everybody's using that, and you want to use that, but don't follow that trend. Be different. What else? Another example of the trend which is actually bothering me so much right now. It's this a black bar opening at the beginning of your videos. Probably everybody saw that already in the millions or gazillions of videos. Then it starts with the black, a completely black screen, and then slowly opening those bars to reveal your shot. I mean, yeah, it was okay like 2 years ago. The person who is following that or create that. Yeah, sure, okay, great, but now it's everywhere, and it's now like everybody is using that, and everybody's trying to create that. There is many ways to open your scenes. You can do it with the a loud sound effect, or just from a black to the loud sound effect, and it's just starting your images. You can do it in fade in, which is a classical and classy way of filmmakers to produce that and stuff like that. There's many ways to open that, but those black bars, they're so cliche now, and so like not a good way of not good trend way to actually do that. So my idea is, I give you a few examples, there's millions more, but my idea is to not following trends exactly or precisely, bend the trends to your liking, use them, very gently, use them in a way that you're not overusing those trends, and they probably not as visible as possible in your video. And again, ditch them as soon as they become trends. The word trends is already like everybody's using them, so you're actually losing your personality. You're using the personality or identity of your video because you use that particular trends. But be careful with the trends. That's the first things not to do in your drone films or drone videos. Second one, top and bottom black bars. What I mean by that, I'm not meaning that you don't have to do that, but what I'm meaning that you have to do it in the right way, because I see so many people confused about that, top and bottom black bars, and they actually do it in a non-professional, more like a beginner's way. So I'm trying to explain. Let me try to explain to you what I mean. But I'm very for these black bars. I really like this black bars, but they have to be automatically added, not like manually. Okay, let me explain to you what I meant. Okay, imagine you start your video. It's let's say it's a 1080p, so it's 1920 by 10,000 or 1080. So it's 1080p. It's just a normal video. You color grade it, you edit it, you make it perfect. Everything is good. But now you look at that and say, yeah, sure, okay, but something is missing. When I went to cinema, I see those, like black bars in the cinema, and I see that. Okay, so I want to do the same in my picture, to be more like cinematic, more like, film look. And what most people usually do, and even me, I've done that in a really, like in the past. You just put that black bars, an actual graphic black bars, like bars on top, bars on the middle, and nothing bars on top, bars on the bottom, and nothing in the middle. And you say, okay, sure, okay, that's it, that's done. But it's not the right way. It's a right direction, but not the right way to do that, because actually in Hollywood, in a big production studio, they never put those black bars. Otherwise, it's specifically done for a specific purpose, but we're not talking about that. Technically, 99% of the movies, they do that not in that way that you just slap your, graphic black bars on top and the bottom. What they actually do, again, that's your picture, 1080p, let's say 1080p just for the sake of the presentation. And what they do, they actually do a specific aspect ratio, which, let's say, for example, let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. So, for example, you added black bars, let's say 40 pixels on top and 40 pixels on bottom, just for sake of conversation. So, actually, what you have to do instead, you have to make your sequence, make your project, or whenever they call this timeline, or whenever you call it in a different software, you have to actually make it to be 40 pixels on top and 40 pixels on bottom less. So actually what you do, instead of making 1920 by 1080, you actually do 1920 by 1000. So in that way, this you see this dotted line. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a dotted line. This is your aspect ratio, which in a way will create this, but without the actual graphic black bars on top and the bottom. And then when you play it on, let's say, devices like iPhone, iPad, or an actual television set, or projector or computer, when a computer screen, and you see that full and you will see that full size on the full screen. Those black bars will add it automatically, and not artificially like with the graphics. So that's the actual way to do that, black bars, and this is a correct and professional way. There is an exception for that rule, of course. There's always an exception to the rule. The reason why you can do an actual black bars on top and with the graphics is when somebody is asking you to make a full, and there is a request to make a full in an HD 1080p, and there is no way you can do your nice aspect ratio which you want to deliver. You have to do that, and instead of and technically you have to add black bars on top and on the bottom, and actually render that video with those black bars already embedded in the video, instead of just making a nice aspect ratio, For example, I usually do an aspect ratio of anamorphic aspect ratio, which is 239:1. That's an aspect ratio. It's a very long rectangular, looking films. If you saw my film, you know what I'm talking about. And then in that case, the algorithm of Facebook thinks that, for some reason, thinks it's a VR because it's probably long and stretchy, and actually make it worse. It's actually make it a VR video when I try to upload that. In that case, I have to manually squeeze that, into the 1080p, aspect ratio, and send this with the black bars to the Instagram to correctly see this video. But it's not your fault. It's more fault like of Instagram, because they cannot realize, it's a bug. They can fix that. Or for example, Instagram, again. Instagram stories, they could not accommodate the whole way of anamorphic aspect ratio, and they cut something on some videos on back, some parts of the video on the left and some part of the video on the right. So you actually end up with less video than, there is a kind of anamorphic, kind of aspect ratio which you're looking for, but actually it's cut it on the left, on the right. So if you want to present the whole video, even a smaller, anamorphic aspect ratio with those bars, you have to do it manually. But this is an exception. Technically, the more advanced stuff, like more advanced platform like Vimeo or YouTube, they have no problem with playing with anamorphic and any kind of ratio you think about, and they are okay with that, and they will add those black bars on top of the bar for you. Not you're not slapping those graphics, so that's not an actual professional way. So again, black bars are great, and make your movie more cinematic film look, but the way to do them, it's an actual aspect ratio, not slapping black bars on top on the bottom, or on the bottom. Sorry. Another thing, logos and watermarks. Okay, this is, again, I'm not against the logo and watermarks at all. I mean, what you shouldn't do is something like that. We probably saw it a million times, but let me show you an art of some bizarre actual logotypes of, not actual but fake logotypes of somebody. But you probably see, but you know what I mean. It's a fakery, but you probably see so many ugly, so many clip arts, logotypes flying around in the beginning of your movie, and the watermarks on somewhere on the lower end part of your movie and stuff like that. I mean, it's so ugly. I mean, I made worst of this, just a slap together, but you probably say even worse than that. And my my concerns about that is that you actually ruin your your production with this ugly, whenever you call this logotype or piece of art, whenever, and you have to be like 150% sure that your logotype is good enough to show to everybody. Okay, forget about all those YouTubers who constantly creating some ugly intros, like for 30 seconds or whenever in their world, and trying to to be in every video, trying to be with this intros. Yeah, it's their world. But if you're talking about a great production, quality production of a drone video, drone films, there is a way to actually embed it, or give the names of your company or your production, which I totally understand. You want to give it to your viewers, but in some different way. For example, some classy way, like a nice typography, nice font in the beginning of the movie, which is saying like a blah 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 my company presents, or filmed by blah blah blah, instead of this logo which is ugly and on a whole screen, and I don't want to look at that. My eyes bleeding when I look at the logos. And to be honest, guys, between us, 99% of the logos is looking like a piece of garbage, and it shouldn't be anywhere on the video at all. And again, you have to be 110% sure that the video, the actual logo is worth showing. And even in that instance, it's better to put that logo is on the end of your video, instead of splashing it on at the beginning of the videos. I'm pretty sure that if you see some kind of bizarre logos, or some introductory, like 35-second, 10-second, 15 seconds introductory to the video, 99% the video itself will be not worth watching, because of how you presenting your logos, how the logos is created. And again, don't be offended. We're not designers. Even if you we can't create, we're not the best of logo designers. That should be done through the logo companies, logo designers. But even then, it shouldn't be. It's not 100% sure that the drone logos are perfect and have a place in at the beginning of the movies or at the beginning of the film. There is a way, what I mentioned before, just a classy way with the typography to represent your company and put the logo at the back of your film. The other thing is a watermark. There's it's actually, to be honest, a little bit it's debatable question about the watermark, because I totally understand you want to you want to put the watermark so everybody's who watching remember that. But honestly, answer the question for yourself. Do you really think that? Do you remember the last logo you saw in 10 videos before? Do you remember the names of the the company who is presenting there in this watermark or in this logo somewhere? I think the watermark itself, if you're talking about the great bigger production, bigger video, it's a distraction, and it's taking away the viewers from a great footage. Again, I understand where it's coming from. You want to secure your videos. You want to put your name on the videos. But actually, if somebody wants to steal your video, they can easily cut this one. If it's going to be on the bottom or on somewhere on the top. But if you put them in the middle, it's a way distractive. It's will turn down the viewers from watching your videos. So it will secure more, but turn down the viewers from your actual video. So in that ways, the one in the middle not working. The one on the end is also not really working for some people who wants to steal your videos and stuff like that. Again, we're talking about the production, we're talking about the videos and full production video and full films, short run films, but not, if you're talking about the one for newsletters, a documentary, yeah, there's logos, so nobody will steal on showing that on the TV and stuff like that, but it's a different world. What I'm talking about is like imagine the full movies, imagine you are watching the movies and some distraction always on the left, on the right, on top of the bottom, or on your screen, so it's a distraction. There's another way to present you. Your work should speak for yourself, and you can put that, your logo, company logos, company animation, or intros or outros, somewhere at the back of your at the end of your film. And in that way, again, you are making it all those things, small things, which makes your your movie, your film much more impactful, much more viewable and pleasurable for viewers to see. And it's more kind of more professional than those logos that typically are not as good as the creator thinks they are. Fourth, template transitions. Again, this is correlation with my first, which is don't follow trends, and template transition is following to that category in some way. I see a lot of template transition that people using this bizarre some strange dissolves, or some, I don't know, page curls, or some bizarre transition. I'm talking about those transitions. Even the good transition, they are, if they use on the videos often, like for example this kind of like crisscross X transition, they are kind of strange in my opinion. Even those, if they used in so many ways throughout the videos and repeated, this is a kind of a distraction, because people used to certain transition, a classic or classy transition, like fade in, dissolves, those kind of transition, and you can actually play with those transition and make them more even more creative. But this transition is is they're catching the eye too much, sometimes making this some like grabbing attention in not in the right way. What I'm trying to say, that not in the right way. So you actually making your viewers like it's like a distraction to your videos. And the classy transition, they are acceptable to many people there, because we see them in the videos and we see them in the films. They are okay to viewers to they are not registered as something, as a distractive as some bizarre cross, or some bizarre some type of, I don't even know the names of that, but they are they all over the internet, some like ACD type of dissolve, is dissolving some part of pictures, highlights and some shadows, and this is like strange. I mean, they're okay. I don't get me wrong, you can use them, but actually in a way that you don't overuse them. You don't use them too much, because again, it's a distraction to viewers. It's more like something that will catch the viewer's eye, instead of looking at a picture in beautiful location that you are presented, edit and sounds. They see those, oh my god, this is transitions all over the place. So that's what I'm talking about when don't use a template transition. And again, template transition means laziness. It means that you actually, if it's templates, you can download it, buy it, so many people use them. And again, this is distraction from the uniqueness of your imagery. A classy transition, they are okay, in my opinion. You can use them. You can you can go buy them. You can use them. Or you're okay to use them. That's what I'm trying to say. You're okay to use them, and they are not so distractive. And you can emphasize more on your picture or quality of your production, quality of your post-production, sounds and stuff like that, instead of, you know, all this bells and whistles of the transition and stuff like that. Number 5, long videos, 4+ minutes. Again, this is something that, you know, people may disagree and say, oh, I love long videos. Sure, okay, there is longer videos, you know, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, they're okay sometimes, but most of them, you know, because there is novelty of the drone video is lost on us, because, you know, we have drones for many years, 5 years now, that we have a drone which can, everybody's, you know, almost everybody can use, starting from Phantom 3 Pro, you know, and easy to use. So this novelty of the drone videos is lost, and it's not, you know, you should try harder and harder each video to actually grab the attention of the people, of the viewers, to actually you know, to make them to make them see whole videos. So for me, the golden ratio for the videos nowadays, I think, and it was in the past, as well, like a 2 to 3 minutes. So the videos longer than 4 minutes, 5 minutes have lesser, you know, not lesser quality, not, but more like lesser views, because people are, you know, kind of like that, you know, they're getting tired, even from the best sceneries in the world, best location in the world, you know, best edit in the world. And again, it's still because we have no, in the world of drone videos and drone films, we don't have luxury of stories, you know, per se, like stories like with the actors and the dialogues and stuff like that. So we cannot grab attention of the viewers so much. I'm talking about pure drone videos, not like if you are using drone videos in the videos and there's like a 10% of drones stuff in the videos. No, I'm talking about pure drone videos, drone films. In that case, we don't have a luxury to do the storylines, you know, visual storylines, the only things where we can do. So even with all the best footages in the world, the 3 minutes, sometimes it's, you know, it's a little bit long, I think 3 to 4 minutes. And in my opinion, the longer video, the more, you know, viewer tied on seeing even the best location. So shorter video, more location, you know, more compact, more grabby attention location, best shots. It will be better than if you extend this to a 5, 6, 10 minutes, you know, and the location is longer, the shots are longer, sorry, not location, the shots are longer, and the viewers is a little bit, you know, tired of see, you know, longer shots and stuff like that. So just, you know, be careful with, you know, putting longer videos instead of shorter. Again, shorter videos like 30 seconds and 1 minute, yeah, you know, they're fun for some social media stuff, but they also, you know, falling from, you know, from this golden rule or whatever on the other end. But for the longer videos, you know, like 5 to 10 to, you know, 10 minutes, it should be something exceptional for viewers to just see them and grab the attention and see through to the whole end. So yeah, just you know, be careful. You know, it's better to have more quality footage inside the shorter video than, you know, than you're thinking about, oh, what shall I put that, because I want to have like a 10 minutes video or something like that. So just be careful in that area. And that's actually 5 things what I'm talking about, but I wouldn't be a good Samaritan if I'm not give you a bonus, you know, some small bonus. It's number 6, stop using cinematic 4K. That's an actual thing that, you know, came from, I think, something like from YouTube world to us. And I think everybody's, you know, trying to grab attention for, you know, grabbing attention of viewers with those catchy phrases like, oh my god, my backyard cinematic 4K, which is actually not really cinematic and not really 4K, but yeah, I will put that anyway. So it's like a clickbait, and in so many ways it's now tiresome, and now like oh my god, there's another cinematic 4K Iceland my trip or 2000 blah blah blah. It's I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Those grabby attention, you know, taglines, which is turned out to be not as cinematic as it sounds, and it's as not you know, 4K is not really, you know, and things now. I mean, in terms of not everybody can see it 4K and stuff like that. So just thinking about creating a great name for your drone films, instead of, you know, slapping cinematic 4K, instead of, you know, following all these vloggers, you know, dreams, all the vloggers, sorry, all the vloggers on YouTube's doing. I get that, you know, cinematic 4K, maybe, you know, getting a little bit more clicks and, you know, and views, but instead of that, you can put a beautiful presentation, beautiful poster or cover, and that's grabbing attention more than actual those cinematic 4K or, you know, slow motion cinematic 4K, whenever the bloggers come up with. Imagine, for example, I don't know, if the Hollywood will make something like I don't know, some titles like that in a YouTube world. I don't know, something like Guy Ritchie will do his Sherlock Holmes in a way of YouTubers do. It will be something like, I don't know, like Sherlock Holmes, a detective who solved crime with his Dr. Watson's cinematic 8K. This sounds like crazy stupid, but, you know, instead of that, you just, you know, get like Sherlock Holmes, you know, Games of Shadows, or some classic way, like I don't know, some other way that, you know, one sentences, or sorry, one or two words, one word, like I don't know, arrival, or, you know, Sicario, or stuff like that. I mean, I don't tell you that you have to put just one word in your name of your video on drones, but, you know, maybe, I don't know, the mist of Iceland or something like that. Maybe it sounds tacky, but still it's much more better than my trip to Iceland 2019 cinema 4K slow motion, you know, this clickbait stuff. So yeah, just reframe again. This is a small, you know, tweaks and bits, you know, to correct in your actual video, which is hopefully already great, but this stuff, you know, just to tweak that, you know, refrain from using all of the things which I talked about in this 6 things not to do in your drone videos. And I think the production, and I think the quality of the final product of your film or video will be much more valuable in terms of professionally and for the viewers as well. So I hope you like this, and next week I will be talking about 7 things to try in your next drone film to make it better. That will be more specific and technical. And if you have questions, I will turn on questions now. So if you have questions, just write to me a question, or if you don't have any questions, or you will have questions later, just write to me in direct messaging. If you agree or disagree, again, comment on that. If you agree or disagree with my statements, my 5 statements, my 5 statements, and I will be just very quickly repeat them all together, just in the ways of a slideshow. So don't follow trends, or follow them very easy, very small percentage, of tweak your trends. Don't use the top and the bottom black bars with the actual graphics. Use the correct aspect ratio. Logos and watermarks, make sure that your logo is absolutely best, and do the classic, typography introduction instead of all the logo and splash in the beginning of the of the video. Use the logos animated or static at the end of the video. Watermarks, it's up to you, but I wouldn't recommend to use them, because again, it's easily removable, and if it's stolen, or it's not easily removable, but you can cut actually, and if you put them in the middle, it will be a very undistractive way to see. Another one, templates transition. Try not to use the templates, because it's a lazy way to actually do a transition. use a classic way, which is actually very simple and very, you know, cinematographic, if I may say that word, or film look. And again, if it's a template transition, so many people can buy it, many people can use them, and you will be not the only one. Long videos, 4 minutes. Try to refrain from this. Try to not use that longer video, because again, that could actually be meaning that not everybody will see them through the end, and that's not what you want. Instead of that, make it short and impactful, and, you know, packed with many great shots in a shorter video, then extend it to like 10 minutes or something like that. And the golden rule for me, at least, it's 2 to 3 minutes. And the bonus one, stop using cinematic 4K. It's more like looks like more like clickbait and YouTuber stuff than, you know, a truly professional a production. Less is more. Yeah, I totally agree. Less is more, and the more classy way you use things which, you know, been around and used for many cinematographers and filmmakers, it's actually better. So yeah, stick with classic way, or, you know, or make your own trends, you know, whenever you want, but refrain to use those things which, again, easily fixable in your next drone videos. I hope you like what you see, and I hope you like what you see. Again, if you have a question, if you don't agree with me, or if you agree with me, just write to me in the direct messages, send me an email. And next time I will be talking about 7 things to try in your next drone film to make it better. Will be next week. I will again make an announcement, and again, hopefully you like it. I will see you soon. Stay safe. Bye, guys.